Alright, well, I've had trouble with the match before, but that's definitely the closest I've come to setting Hoff Manor on fire. Good evening! Welcome. Thanks to everyone for tuning in to the show tonight. It's a beautiful autumn evening, technically. It's the 6th night of Christmas? Is that how the 12 days of Christmas work? Is Christmas the 12th, or... I don't know. It's definitely the 2nd night of Hanukkah. You guys can't see, I have 2 candles that I've lit on the side here. Happy Hanukkah to everyone who celebrates. These aren't necessarily Hanukkah candles, but they can be if you want them to be. I am your host, Hoff Matthews. Welcome to Hoff's Public Domain Horrorfest. It does feel good to be back, doesn't it? I feel good to be back. This is, for anyone who doesn't know, a live comedy show and horror movie screening series. We show a movie and we break it up with live comedy host segments like what you're seeing right now. We used to do this physically live in Brooklyn, and when the pandemic happened, we developed this live stream version of the show. And we haven't done the show for over a year now. The last time we did it was in October of 2021, live at Littlefield in Brooklyn. And I realize it may seem strange to be bringing a horror movie show back in December rather than, October during the Halloween season and all that. But the thing is, in October, I still had a job. That's the difference. I am currently unemployed right now, between jobs, as they say. And hey, the economy, that's the real horror show. Am I right? So, I figured doing this show again would be a good project to kind of focus my mind on, give me something to do for a while. So the show at the moment for me is kind of the could a depressed person make this meme from Parks and Rec, if you're familiar with that. Depression and anxiety, hey, that's the real horror show. Am I right? But it does feel good. I will look into Scientology. Thank you, Apathy. It does feel good to be doing the show again. I've been having a lot of fun with it. I think we got a great show for you, and I think you're going to have a good time watching it. It is the holiday season. I've got my eggnog all ready to go, and we've got a wonderful holiday movie for you tonight. It's Scrooge from 1935. This is the first talkie non-silent film adaptation of A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. And I realize that may not seem like a horror movie per se, but it's definitely very spooky. You guys probably know the story concerns a wealthy old miser, Ebenezer Scrooge, who is visited by several ghosts over the course of Christmas Eve. And who knows, maybe I'll be visited by some ghosts here on the show tonight. Who's to say? It's a live show. Anything could happen. You're just going to have to keep watching and find out. But I do want to give you some background on this story. As I said, it's based on A Christmas Carol, which was written by Charles Dickens. And you probably don't think of Dickens as a horror writer, but he was interested in the supernatural from a very young age. He devoured every installment of the horror magazine The Terrific Register, which I guess was sort of the Fangoria of its day. And he became a member of, I believe, the London Ghost Club, which investigated paranormal goings-on and debunked seances, that kind of thing. People loved doing that back then. And in fact, on one occasion, he was at a seance and found a guy in a trapdoor moving the table around. He pulled the guy up by his ear and uttered the first usage of the famous phrase, which he coined, What dregs of satisfaction may issue from this inert tomfoolery, as this spirit appears naught but a silly scalawag? So, next time you find yourself saying that, just remember, that's a Charles Dickens original. And he also wrote many ghost stories, not just A Christmas Carol, but many of them, and many of them were also translated to the screen. For example, his story, The Signalman, was turned into an installment of the BBC Ghost Stories for Christmas series. His story, To Be Read After Dusk, became the film Watch This at Night. And his story, The Ghost in the Bride's Chamber, is not connected to the porn video of the same name. I just want to set the record straight on that. But he was very prolific. Maybe the most notorious example of this is his story, Hallows Eve, The Devil and His Sitter Sister, which many people consider to be a major unacknowledged influence on John Carpenter's Halloween. When Carpenter has been asked about this, the only response he's given is a double album about the allegations called Big Trouble in Haddonfield, which is quite good. I recommend checking that out. You got to get it on vinyl. You got to get that warm sound to the synths. And I also recommend, check out some of Dickens's, I keep wanting to say Dickinson because it's the mayor of my hometown, but some of Dickens's lesser-known horror stories. My favorite is The Curse of the Caribe, which is about vacationers being set upon by carnivorous fish. That, of course, was adapted into the very Dickensian Piranha 3D. So definitely check that out as well. Last thing I want to note is a lot of you are probably aware that Scrooge himself is part of the inspiration for the Disney character Uncle Scrooge. What you might not know is this is something Disney did a lot. They would take a character from 19th century literature and make their own cartoon spin on it. Uncle Scrooge is probably the most famous example, but they also adapted Tolstoy's Anna Karenina into Anna Kangaroonina. They made their own version of Moby Dick and combined two characters to create Ahab the Suicidal Whale. And Uncle Scrooge's nephews, Huey, Dewey, and Louie, are actually very loosely based on the Brothers Karamazov. So, just want to point out, the story you're seeing tonight is part of a really rich cultural tradition. But it's also a lot of fun. It's a very nice holiday tale, which I think you're going to enjoy. Before I get the movie started, I will say, as always, me and my co-producers, Bess Pritchett and Andrei Alupului, have added some stuff into the movie tonight. Not all that much. Most of what you see will just be the original film, but here and there are some Easter eggs, or Christmas eggs, I guess, that we've scattered in. I'll also say our co-producer on the previous shows, George Gordon, unfortunately not available this month, but still a friend of the show. And he's got a podcast coming up sometime next year. It's going to be called Nothing But Bangers, so keep an eye out for that. I will be back on in about 15 minutes, but for now, please enjoy Act 1 of Scrooge.
May I inquire, Mr. Pritchett, what you're doing with that shovel full of coal?
Why, I beg your pardon, sir, but the outer office is intensely cold, and my fire...
Dear, your fire?
I should have said your fire, sir.
Yes, sir.
It shows symptoms of going out, and I thought I might venture to replenish it with a small quantity of coal.
Yeah. Well, of course, you know, it's very evident to me, you know, Mr. Pritchett, that you and I left apart. Oh, I see no help for it, sir. You don't pay for the coal, so you can afford to be reckless. Therefore, very evident to me, sir, you know, that my interest is not your interest, nor my welfare your welfare. Get on with your work, sir. That'll keep you warm enough. I'm not cold. Why should you be? And I'm your senior by a great many years, I fancy.
And all about a small shovel full of coal.
And none of your mumbling, you know, none of your mumbling. You have a wife and family to support, I understand.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. How many children you got?
Around half dozen, sir. 3 boys and 3 girls.
Tut, tut, tut. Can I afford a wife?
Yes, sir.
Eh?
I mean, no, sir.
Have I any children?
I don't know, sir.
Eh?
No, sir.
How much am I constrained to pay you a week for your services?
15 shillings, sir.
Be to your interest, sir, to see that you're worth it.
Uncle, and God save you.
Bah! Humbug.
Christmas a humbug? You can't mean that, I'm sure.
I do mean it, sir. What right have you to be merry? What reason have you to be merry? You're poor enough.
Come then. What right have you to be dismal? What reason have you to be morose? You're rich enough.
Ah! Humbug.
Oh, don't be cross, Uncle.
How can I help being cross, sir, when I live in such a world of fools as this is? A Merry Christmas. What's Christmas time to you, sir? Time for paying bills without money. Time for finding yourself a year older, and not a penny richer. If I had my way, sir, every fool who goes about saying Merry Christmas should be boiled with his own pudding and buried with a stake of olives to his heart. He should.
Uncle!
Nephew, you keep Christmas your way. Let me keep it in mine.
Keep it? But you don't keep it.
Well, let me leave it alone then. Much good has it done you? Much good will it ever do you?
It's the only time I know of in the long calendar of the year when men and women seem by one consent to open their shut hearts freely. And therefore, though it's never put a scrap of gold or silver in my pocket, I believe it has done me good and will do me good. And I say, God bless it.
Hear, hear. Hear, hear.
Mr. Cratchit, if I hear another word from you, you'll keep your Christmas by losing your situation. Dear, 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 dear. Quite a powerful speaker, sir. When you don't go into Parliament.
Don't be angry, Uncle. Come, dine with us tomorrow.
I'll see you...
But why? Why?
Why did you get married?
Because I fell in love.
Because I fell... Good evening.
You never came to see us before that happened. Why give that as a reason for not coming now?
Good evening, sir.
But I want nothing from you. I ask nothing of you.
Well, you won't get it, so you won't be disappointed, will you?
We've never had a quarrel to which I've been party. So why not let us part friends?
Good evening, sir.
Well, I'm sorry with all my heart to find this a relative. But I've made the trial in homage to Christmas, and I'll keep my Christmas humor to the last. So a Merry Christmas, Uncle.
Good evening, sir.
And a Happy New Year.
You're a noisy devil, that's what you are, sir.
Merry Christmas, Bob Pritchett.
And the same to you, sir, and many of them. And not forgetting your good lady, Mrs. Fred.
Thank you, Pritchett. A Merry Christmas to you. A Merry Christmas.
On the feast of Steel, when the snow around the bell, we can and hear, and we shall not move as long, the
Always ready and willing to quit your work, I notice.
It's 7 o'clock, sir.
That clock's fast. I suppose you'll want all day off tomorrow, eh?
Well, sir, if it's quite convenient.
It isn't convenient. It isn't fair. If I was to stop half account for it, you'd be mightily ill-used, I'll be bound, wouldn't you? Don't think I'm ill-used, do you? When I have to pay a whole day's wages. No work.
It only happens once a year, sir.
That's a pretty excuse for picking a man's pocket every 25th of December. Well, I suppose you've got to have it. Here, there's the key. You see, sir, that you're here all the earlier next morning.
Good night, sir. And a Merry Christmas.
Bah, humbug.
Thank you, sir. Same to you, sir. Oh, sir.
Thank you. How do you do?
Good evening. Give us a penny.
Get out of this.
Tell them to stop that noise.
My lord, will you make your speech now, or will you let the ladies and gentlemen continue to enjoy themselves?
Call silence for the loyal toast.
My lords, ladies and gentlemen, pray silence for the Right Honourable the Lord Mayor of London. My lord.
My lords, ladies and gentlemen, Her Most Gracious Majesty, the Queen.
people out of their wits.
All right, hope everybody's enjoying the movie so far. As you can see, when it's not reaffirming our reverence for the beloved Queen Mother, this movie spends its first act introducing us to our protagonist, Ebenezer Scrooge, played here by Seymour Hicks. And Scrooge, of course, has become a really iconic cultural figure, right? Everyone's familiar with him. Even if you haven't read the book, you don't know the story that well, everyone knows who Scrooge is and what it means to be a Scrooge. And we wanted to talk a little bit about why it is that this character is so captivating, right? Because for most of the story, he is kind of an unrepentant asshole. And yet we kind of like him. Even if we're not rooting for him, we still want to see him change in some way. He's a powerful, emotionally withholding man who we nonetheless want to be nice to us. Does that sound familiar? That's right. We're talking about dads. And I want to make clear, we're not talking about my dad in particular, a regular viewer of the show and the source of our theme music. We're talking about dads as a cultural trope generally understood. The sort of overbearing father figure that everyone is trying to win over. This archetype has been with us throughout our storytelling tradition. Charles Dickens actually had to leave school at age 12 and go work in a factory because his father had been put in debtor's prison. If that guy had been visited by 3 ghosts at some point, who knows how things might have turned out. I don't want to give away what's going to happen with Scrooge in tonight's movie, but just think about a very similar character, the Grinch, whose heart ends up growing 3 sizes over the course of How the Grinch Stole Christmas. And again, the Grinch is most of the time just kind of a bastard, and yet we all still crave Grinch Daddy's love. And we don't even need a redemption arc to feel this way. The character Logan Roy on the TV show Succession never shows any tenderness towards his awful children, and yet we all still love to say, "Fuck off!" and pick which of his fail kids we're rooting for, because we're not really rooting for any of them, so much as deciding which of them we think is most worthy of dad's love. Or mom's love. Or mom's love, but mostly dad's love. In fact, sometimes the emotionally withholding quality of a father affects the protagonist so deeply that it stays with him throughout his entire life, and he has to consider the whole origin of the universe in order to find peace with it. So, all of that is just to say that mean dads have always been with us, and for some reason that no one can account for, we love them. And also, you all want to have sex with your moms. Or all of the guys watching the show, I guess. This segment was for the fellas. This was one for the dudes. But hopefully you all found it enlightening. I realize I haven't been visited by any ghosts on the show yet, but we've barely had any ghosts in the movie so far, either, except for Marley's face on the door knocker at the very end there. So, let's just be patient, see what happens, and for now, watch a little bit more of the film. Love you, Dad.
Humbug.
Look well, Ebenezer Scrooge, for only you can see me.
What you want with me?
Much.
Oh, yeah.
In life, I was your partner, Jacob Marley.
In life. Why do you trouble me?
It is required of everyone that the spirit within him should walk abroad among his fellow men. And if that spirit goes not forth in life, it is condemned to do so after death. My spirit never walked beyond the narrow limits of our money-changing hall. So I cannot rest. I cannot stay. I cannot linger anywhere.
You are fettered. Why?
I wear the chain I forged in life. I made it link by link. Would you know the weight and length of the coil you bear yourself?
Speak words of comfort to me, Jacob Marley. Speak words of comfort.
Comfort? I have none to give. I am here to warn you, to save you if that be possible.
To warn. To save me. From what?
From such a fate as mine, to wander through the world and witness what I cannot share, but might have shared on earth, and turn to happiness.
But you were always a good man of business, Jacob. Business.
Mankind would have been my business. Charity, forbearance, benevolence, all were my business, as they should be yours. Now heed me, for my time is short. You will be haunted by 3 spirits. Without their visit you cannot hope to shun the path I tread. You shall behold the visions of a Christmas past, a Christmas present, and a Christmas yet to come. Expect the first when the clock strikes midnight tonight.
Molly!
Look to see me no more.
Molly!
Alright, so now we're getting some ghost action in the movie. Might be a good time for some ghosts to visit me, maybe with some life lessons to impart that could help me get through this period of unemployment I'm currently experiencing. Well, we don't want to rush the ghosts. They operate, on their own time, and then that's fine. I was kind of counting on a ghost visit in this break, but that's fine. We have a whole backup bit that we're ready to do, so it's no problem. As you just saw, the second act of the movie shows us a whole lot of Scrooge's apartment, and lets us in on many of its ornamental details, like mantles and cornices. So now what we're going to do is have a deep dive on Victorian-era interior design with my co-producer, Andrei Alupului. So let me just bring him up via Zoom here. Just a moment. Hello, Dre. You're on.
What? Oh, sorry. Hey, Hoff. Yeah, happy holidays, man. Yeah, so if you want to understand Victorian-era interior design, we really just need to talk about the Industrial Revolution, right?
Dre, I'm sorry to interrupt, but we are kind of getting a lot of background noise on your end. I don't know.
You can hear that? Sorry. Yeah, I'm actually at my holiday work party right now. It was like the same night as HORRORFEST, so I figured I could just call in my bit. Can you hear that? Really?
Yeah, it's kind of distracting.
Sorry, man. I didn't want to miss the party, Like, it's so fun, like, teams coming together, we all, like, celebrate all of our accomplishments over the year. It's like, fine, it's security, it's, we need the job and everything, but this is the point where we really, like, celebrate having it and celebrate each other, like a family. I just didn't want to miss it,
Yeah, love those work parties.
Right, yeah, right? They're so good. Anyway, if my audio isn't any good, they're doing like a raffle for a 4K TV right now. Kind of want to see if they call my number,
Yeah, don't let me keep you.
Okay, alright, cool, man. Well, there's a really great Wikipedia on Victorian era industrial and interior design. I read, yeah, so you can check it out. Anyway, the show's great. Happy holidays, man. Thank you so much. The show looks awesome. I saw it, like, it looks great on my phone and stuff. I checked in. So, all right. Happy holidays, man. See ya.
Happy holidays. Yep.
All right, cool. Yo!
Let's watch some more of the film.
Look, and oh, swell with cloak, and all's well.
Of Christmas past, I am here to show you the things that have been. Look back beyond the gulf of vanished years.
The money is due and must be paid.
But, sir, that's impossible.
Then I shall have no alternative but to take immediate steps to recover it.
But, sir, you must see that if...
That is the way I conduct my business.
You don't mean sell us up?
That is precisely what I do mean.
But, sir, I couldn't work in the hospital.
Mr. Scrooge, I beg of you.
Good day.
You can't do this. You can't be so unjust.
Give us a little more time. A week.
Please.
Here you come in.
So it is true.
What do you mean?
What they say. You're a man without pity, without remorse, who weighs everything in the scale of profit and loss.
Bill!
I heard. I couldn't help you.
What? This is business. If I were to allow sentiment to enter this counting house, I should be in the bankruptcy court within a year. And as for that couple who've just gone out, well, set your mind at rest about them. Worthless, shiftless pair. Who've had my good money. Now I want to avoid paying it back.
Your money. Your good money. They asked you for a little breathing space, a little time in which to pay. That's all.
Enough of this, Bell. I'm ready to make allowances for your feelings as a woman. But I must ask you to leave my business affairs alone. When you marry me, I shall insist. Take leave of your senses.
I've tried hard not to believe what they've said about you. I'd give anything not to believe it now. But the evidence of my own eyes and ears, I must believe. You were not always so. But I can see now that one passion and one passion only engrosses you. Gain.
What then? Even if it were so, I'm not changed towards you.
You are changed. Changed in every way. You're not the man you were. Our contract's an old one, made when we were poor and content to be so. May you be happy, alone, in the life you've chosen. But
Now look and see the happiness you have missed.
Oh, by the way, Belle, I saw an old friend of yours this afternoon.
Oh? Who was it?
You guess.
How can I? I don't know. It wasn't Mr. Scrooge.
Mr. Scrooge it was. I passed his office window, and as it was not shut up and there was a candle inside, I could scarcely help see him. His partner's on the point of death, I hear. And there he sat, alone. Quite alone in the world, I do believe.
Spirit, I cannot bear it. Haunt me no more.
I told you these were the shadows of the things that have been, that they are what they are. Do not blame me.
Take me, Bess.
It's 1 o'clock, I know it is.
I have not. Have you many brothers, Spirit?
More than 1,800.
A tremendous family to provide for. Spirit, conduct me where you will. Already I have been forth under compulsion and learned a lesson which is working now. If you have aught to teach me, let me profit by it.
Touch my robe, and you shall see how your poor clerk, with his paltry 15 shillings a week, which you so grudgingly dole out to him, keeps Christmas. Touch my robe.
As long as you are, come. Come and sit before the fire, my dear, and get it warm.
No, here's Father. Quick, Father, hide! Quick, hide!
Here we are. And where's our Martha?
She's, not coming.
Not coming? Not coming upon Christmas Day?
Yes, Father dear, here I am.
That'll be the goose. I'll fetch it in. Oh, but you're cold. Come and sit down and warm a bit. And how did Tiny Tim behave?
As good as gold, and better. Somehow he gets thoughtful, sitting by himself so much, and thinks the strangest things you ever heard. He told me, coming home, that he hoped that the people in the church saw him, because he was a cripple, and that it might be pleasant for them to remember, upon a Christmas day, who made lame beggars walk, and blind see. But he's growing stronger. Yes, growing strong and hearty.
I wish I could believe you, Bob. But I'm afraid.
All right. I was not visited by any ghosts while that section of the film was on, but I did receive an invite to a Zoom meeting, so I'm going to open that up now. Could be something exciting. We'll see. Second. Hello, you're on.
Oh, hello, Mr. Hoff. It's me. Tiny Tina.
Ah, yes. Sorry, in all the excitement, I forgot that we were going to be talking. Everyone, this is tonight's special guest, Tiny Tina Cratchit.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Hoff. I was as excited as a kitten on Boxing Day, I guess. You see, it's always been a fancy of mine to be on television.
Well, this isn't exactly television, but we're happy to help. For anyone who doesn't know, Tiny Tina is, of course, Tiny Tim's twin sister. Tina, can you explain why you aren't in the movie that we're watching tonight?
Oh, it was awful, it was. You see, the producers thought there was only room for one ailing Cratchit child. So they cast me aside, they did, to watch. But I was not bothered, no, because Tiny Tina is a professional.
Well, we're happy to have you on now. I understand you have some jokes for us?
I do.
Well, take it away, Tina.
Good evening, fair ladies and gentle folk. It is I, Tina, ready to die from laughter. Why does Mr. Scrooge put his wallet on ice?
I don't know. Why does he?
Because he likes cold hard cash. Where does Mr. Scrooge keep his money?
I don't know, Tina. Where does he keep it?
In a snowbank.
That's very clever. That's very good.
Why does Mr. Scrooge love Tiny Tim?
I don't know. Why does Mr. Scrooge love Tiny Tim?
Because he'd be the favourite child, although he's a worthless wanker.
What?
Finish this phrase. God bless us.
Everyone.
Everyone but Tina, because she's got a volatile and dangerous disposition.
You know, Tina, I think we're running short on time.
No.
Who's there?
Tina.
Tina who?
Tina Mina, that's who. The most talented Cratchit child there ever was. But did they listen? No.
Tina, is something wrong?
I was a star, I was. But they told me I was too big. No, you can't tap dance in the scene, Tina. Put Tiny Tim down, Tina. Keep that kerosene away from the fire, Tina. I wanted what? I wanted fame. I was bigger than life, bigger than Christmas. I was...
Tina, put that match down. You might hurt somebody. I know I make it look easy, but also, where did your cough go?
Hold off, you wanker.
Oh.
Hurt someone. Where you think Tiny Tim got his little limp, eh?
No.
Yes. Mummy and Daddy told Tiny Tina to behave. Mummy and Daddy tried to lock Tiny Tina away. But Tiny Tina will not be shushed. Tiny Tina will have her moment in the spotlight, and everyone will know her name. Tiny Tina!
Well, that was unpleasant. Probably would have been a lot more fun to get a call from a ghost. But, you know, let's just watch some more of the movie.
There never will be such a goose. For what we are about to receive, may the Lord make us truly thankful.
Amen.
I can already vouch for it. And its flavor will, I know, surpass my utmost expectations. With the mashed potato and the apple sauce, it will, I am sure, present a delightful combination that we shall remember until our dying day. Delicious. Delicious. That's the best goose we ever had, Mother.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, yes.
Oh, I've eaten too much.
And even now, we haven't eaten at all.
You laugh.
Laugh. I envy them.
Spirit, tell me that Tiny Tim will live. I see a vacant seat in the poor chimney corner, and a crutch without an owner, carefully preserved. If these shadows remain unaltered in the future, a child will die.
Oh, tell me that he'll be spared.
If he is like to die, had he not better do it and decrease the surplus population? Your words.
I give you a toast. I give you Mr. Scrooge, the founder of the feast.
The founder of the feast, indeed. I wish I had him here. I'd give him a piece of my mind to feast upon. I hope he'd have a good appetite for it.
But, my dear, the children, Christmas Day.
It should be Christmas Day, I'm sure, on which one drinks the health of such an odious, stingy, hard, unfeeling man as Mr. Scrooge. You know he is, Robert. Nobody knows it better than you do, poor fellow.
My dear, Christmas Day.
Well, I'll drink his health for your sake and the day's, not his. He'll be very merry and very happy, I've no doubt. Here's Mr. Scrooge's health.
Now, children, all together, Mr. Scrooge's health. Mr. Scrooge's health.
Mr. Scrooge's health.
And now, Tiny Tim will sing to us.
Yes, I do sing. What shall I sing? Hark the heralding.
Yes, hark the heralding.
Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King, peace on earth and mercy nigh of God.
Come now and see how others keep Christmas.
ghost of the future, I fear you more than any spectre I have seen. You are about to show me shadows of the things that have not been, but will be in the time to come. And as I hope to live to be another man from what I was, I am prepared to bear you company.
I don't know much about it either way. I only know he's dead.
When did he die?
Last night, I believe.
Why, what was the matter with him? I thought he'd never die.
Heaven knows. What's he done with his money? Left it to his company, perhaps. He hasn't left it to me. That's all I know.
How are you? Very well. How are you?
So old Nick has got his own at last.
Yes, so I'm told.
Told, isn't it?
Seasonable for Christmas time.
Oh, yeah. You're not a skater, I suppose.
Oh, no, I've got something else to think about.
I do not see myself in my accustomed place. Where am I? Why am I not there?
Don't stand there staring as if you were afraid, woman. Who's the worse for the loss of a few things like this? Not a dead man, I suppose.
Open this bundle, old Joe, and let me know the value of it. I ain't afraid to be the first, nor afraid for them to see it.
There's your account. I wouldn't give another sixpence.
Now mind, Joe.
Ah. 8 shillings. I always give too much to ladies. It's a weakness of mine.
And now unto my bundle, Joe.
Bed curtains.
Ah, bed curtains.
You don't mean to say you took 'em down, rings and all, with him lying there?
Why not?
You was born to make your fortune, and you'll certainly do it.
Here, don't drop the oil on the blankets.
His blankets?
Whose else's? He isn't likely to take cold without them, I dare say.
I hope he didn't die of anything catching.
Oh, don't you be afraid of that. Ah, you can look through that shirt until your eyes ache and you won't find a hole in it. It's the best he had. It'd have been wasted if it hadn't been for me.
What do you call wasting of it?
Putting it on him to be buried in, to be sure. I took it off him. Calico's just as becoming to the body. He couldn't have looked uglier than he did in that one. This is the end of it, you see. He frightened everyone away from him when he was alive, to profit us when he was dead.
I see. The case of this unhappy man might be my own. My life tends that way now. Merciful heavens! What is that? Is this the man they spoke of? neglected, robbed, hated. Can you not show me some tenderness connected with death? My little child. Tiny Tim, thy childish essence was from God.
I met Mr. Scrooge's nephew today, and he said to me, "I'm heartily sorry for you, Mr. Pritchett, and heartily sorry for your good wife." Though how he knew that, I don't know.
Knew what, my dear?
Why, that you were a good wife.
Everybody knows that.
Well observed, my boy. And he said, if there's any service that I can do for you, pray come to me. It almost seemed as though he had known our Tiny Tim and felt with us. And I'm sure we shall none of us forget him, nor this first parting there has been among us.
Never, Father.
And I know that when we recollect how patient and how mild he was, although he was but a little child, we shall not quarrel easily among ourselves and forget poor Tiny Tim in doing it.
No, Father.
I'm very happy. Very happy.
Now, Spirit, tell me what man that was whom we saw lying dead.
Boy, I wonder who that dead guy is. Huh? Can't wait to find out. Alright, so we are getting pretty close to the end of the movie, pretty close to the end of the show. I hope nobody is too disappointed by the lack of ghosts on this show so far tonight, outside of the movie. I did receive another Zoom meeting invite just now, so maybe that'll be a ghost. I don't know. I'm going to open it up now, and we'll find out. Oh, hello. You're on.
Hello.
Everybody, this is Bill Frontage, the CEO of the company that recently laid me off.
Hello, Hoff. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays to you, Bill. You aren't dead, are you?
No, I'm just calling because I knew you were showing Scrooge on your live stream, and I was actually just visited by 3 ghosts. The spirits of Christmas past, Christmas present, and Christmas future.
Oh, you were visited by 3 ghosts. That makes a lot more sense than it happening to me, now that I think about it.
Yeah, and you know what? They completely changed my perspective. I realized that my lifelong pursuit of wealth and power has been hollow and meaningless all along. So I'm giving it up.
Oh, wow.
That's right. As of tonight, I've renounced my authority as CEO and converted the company into a worker-owned cooperative.
Oh, wow, that's very cool.
Isn't it? Hoff, you don't seem as excited as I was expecting.
No, I mean, it's very exciting. I just, I guess I was kind of hoping maybe you were calling to give me my job back. You know?
Oh. Yeah, like I said, I renounced my authority, so I can't really make hiring decisions anymore.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. They're making all the decisions by general acclamation over there now, but I guess you could reach out to the entire staff of the company?
Yeah, maybe I'll do that. You don't still have the company email list, do you?
No, I don't have anything. They cut my salary, my benefits. I was actually going to ask if you could spot me any cash. The rent on my penthouse is pretty steep.
You know, Bill, I didn't actually catch all of that. I think our connection's getting a little fuzzy here. Sorry to say, but
Or if you got a couch I could crash on or whatever, that would be a big help too. Turns out it's really stressful being unemployed.
Yeah, it's rough. But you know, Bill, you're really going in and out here. So I think.
Oh, am I? Can you hear me?
No, I can't hear you. We lost him. Oh, what a shame. Okay, so I'm sorry, guys. No ghosts on the show tonight. You know, I was hoping for some ghosts with some life lessons, but you know, I guess that's like a life lesson in itself, right? Like you can't count on miracles or supernatural intervention, even on Christmas. Sometimes you just gotta look inside yourself. And, hold on. Got another Zoom invite, so hold that thought, but just give me a second. Let me pull this up, see who this is. Just a second here. Hello, Santa Claus. You're on.
Ho, ho, ho. Hello, Hoff. Merry Christmas. Ho, ho, ho. Oh.
Merry Christmas to you, Santa. Well, you're not a ghost, but, you know, I appreciate you coming on again. I guess this is still pretty special.
Oh, but I am a ghost, Hoff. I've recently died.
I'm sorry, you died?
That's right. I died, and I'm calling you from hell.
From hell? Why are you in hell?
Oh, you didn't think this was a cozy fireplace, did you, Hoff? Oh. I've done terrible things, Hoff. Things the world must never find out about. Oh.
God, I didn't want to know about that. This is like the worst Christmas ever.
Oh, Hoff, that's not what I wanted to talk to you about. I just wanted to let you know that I love the show, and you shouldn't let misfortune get you down. You know, the night Jesus was born, Mary and Joseph had to sleep in a manger with the animals, but that was the greatest Christmas of all.
I guess that's true.
And they didn't have jobs either. Were they farmers or so? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. I don't really know what their deal was.
Yeah, but you know, you work for yourself. You don't have a job. You know, you never work a day in your life. That's how I see it. That's how I've done it. Things may seem bleak now, but the winter is always the darkest and coldest before the spring.
Yeah, that's a good point. Well, thanks, Santa. I feel a little better.
No problem. Now, in order to rescue my soul from hell, I'm going to need you to sacrifice a goat on the night of the full moon.
Okay.
Yeah, you following? Okay. You'll need crow's blood, bat's wings, and a newborn human infant.
Okay, Santa, can you
I'll tell you what you have to do with the infant later.
Okay, can you email me about this? I kind of gotta, finish up the show here, if that's all right.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. We'll offline. Ho, ho,
Great.
ho.
Cool. Thank you again for for calling in. Really appreciate it.
Oh, thank you, Hoff, for doing these nice things for me as well.
Sure.
Merry Christmas. Ho, ho, ho. Oh, ho, 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 ho.
Merry Christmas.
Oh, ho, 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 ho.
Okay. Well, always nice to hear from Santa Claus. Unfortunate that he's deceased and in hell, but he seems to be taking it pretty well. And I do feel a little better. I think I'm ready to finish out the show tonight. But before we finish the movie, I do have one more holiday gift for all of you. I think some of you may know what it is at this point. It's the Horror Host highlight reel. That's right. For anybody who doesn't know, this is a tradition. We do this every show. And the idea is that all of the movies we show on this live stream are in the public domain. So they've all been at screenings hosted by other people prior to us on late night television or on the internet or wherever. So rather than pretending we're doing some unique thing here, which has never been done before, we like to pay tribute to the tradition that we're a part of by putting together a highlight reel of other horror hosts hosting the film of the night. I will say this one has a lot of furry friends in it, a lot of animals in this highlight reel for some reason, including there are some clips from a YouTube channel where seemingly they just play movies with a picture-in-picture live feed of a pet rabbit in its cage in one corner. So keep an eye out for that. And here it is, your holiday horror host highlight reel for Scrooge.
Tonight, my friends, I hope you have your popcorn and your shovels, because tonight we are exhuming this Christmas classic entitled Scrooge.
Up next, we have the first sound version of A Christmas Carol from 1935. It's Scrooge.
From 1935, Scrooge.
The 1935 version of Scrooge.
We're getting ready for Christmas, so we're going to watch Scrooge. Yes, Scrooge!
So tonight we'll be watching the movie Scrooge. Scrooge.
What a wonderful name. Scrooge. Ebenezer Scrooge.
Christmas humbug. You come in.
Bah humbug.
Bah humbug.
Ah, humbug, you say, Scroogey Poogie.
According to Oxford Languages, humbug is deceptive or false talk or behavior. Or a hard candy, especially one flavored with peppermint.
We've got quite a guest, and I don't think he likes Christmas very much. Mr. Ebenezer Scrooge. You must be busy quite this time of year.
I'm busy every day of the year, sir. Business is business, regardless of the season.
If you guys look in the chat, we monetized the channel Conspiracy Castle. You can you can send a super chat.
What we do with our Christmas countdown, we go through the Unitarian Universalist Advent calendar, and then we go into our classic Christmas movie, which is typically in the public domain.
Welcome to Classic, where we revisit movies and television shows from another time, and we discuss them with some of the finest Catholic minds right here in your Brooklyn diocese.
This Christmas season, this Advent season, in which we get ourselves prepared to celebrate Christmas, is a wonderful time for us to go back to church, to seek out the sacrament of penance, to be reconciled to the Lord through confession.
Thanks for super chat! $4.99, we're monetized, bitches!
But Gomkar Bob literally is right. Scrooge was right.
He's almost right, because the Catholics didn't try. They succeeded.
I was going to ask you guys what your favorite movie version of A Christmas Carol was.
Favorite is actually the Mickey Mouse Christmas Carol. A Diva's Christmas Carol with Vanessa Williams. It's great, dude. She comes out acting like a total witch.
I liked Scrooged with Bill
Murray. Not to be confused with Scrooge, the 1970 musical version of A Christmas Carol.
My first experience with this was Mr. Magoo and the Christmas specials all those years ago.
It's the story of Scrooge that I like because it makes us focus on the bigger picture things and the more important things like connections and relationships.
It just shows that you can always change. You can always really have that conversion. You can have that change in life to become the person the Lord wants you to be.
I think you're on the road to redemption.
Absolutely, sir. The lessons that I learned from the ghosts of Christmas past and Christmas present paved the way for a different life.
It's beginning to make me feel a little strange, you know? A little strange, actually a little cheery.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Happy holidays.
Merry Christmas, happy holidays, holly jolly everybody, scary Christmas to you all.
Thank you so much for joining us. It was a fun night. We hope you have a wonderful Christmas.
From the depths below, in to the snow we go. Good night, everyone.
And now, please enjoy the conclusion of Scrooge.
Nearer to the stone at which you point, tell me, are these the shadows of the things that will be? Or are they the shadows of the things that may be only? Ebenezer Scrooge! That man who lay upon the bed. No, Spirit, no. I'll not be the man I was. I'll not be the man I must have been but for this intercourse. Why show me this if it is all too late? Tell me I may sponge away the writing on this stone. I will honor Christmas in my heart and try to keep it all the year. I will live in the past, the present, and the future. The spirits of all three shall strive within me. I will not shut out the lessons that they teach. No, no. No, no, no. No, no. I will live in the past, the present, and the future. Oh, Jacob Marley, heaven and Christmas time be praised for this. I thank you. On my knees, I thank you, Jacob. On my knees. Oh, no, they're not torn down. They're not torn down. Ah! Things that would be maybe dispelled. They will. They will. Yeah, they will. They will. A Merry Christmas! God bless you! Oh, I don't know what to do. I was happy as a sandboy. I was merry as an angel. I was giddy as a drunken man. Oh, Merry Christmas to everyone! Happy New Year to all the world! Oh, hey. Oh, yes, the saucepan that the girl was in. Yes, and there's the door that old Marley's ghost came through. Yes, it's all right. It's all true.
It all happened. Oh, hooray! Hooray! Glorious, glorious. Hey, boy! Hey, a Merry Christmas! It is Christmas Day, isn't it?
Why, of course.
I knew I hadn't missed it. Oh, the spirits have done it all in one night. Hey, do you know the poultry at the corner of the street next but one?
I don't know if I did.
An intelligent boy, a remarkable boy. Do you know if they've sold the prize turkey that they had hanging there?
It'll be hanging there now.
Well, you go and buy it.
Walker!
No, I'm in earnest. You go and buy it and bring it back here, and I'll tell you where to take it. And you come back with the man, and I'll give you a shilling. You come back in less than 5 minutes, and I'll give you half a crown.
Hooray! Hi, mister!
Can't carry that to the Cratchit. You'll have to have a cab. There you are, my boy. There's the address. There's the money. Yes. And there's the money to you. Very kind of you to have brought it round. Merry Christmas, my dear.
Thank you, sir. The same to you.
That won't come and dine with you?
Uncle Scrooge! Still, what's the consequence? He won't lose much of a dinner.
Indeed. Well, I think he'll lose a very good dinner.
Is your master in, my dear?
Yes, sir.
Can I see him, my love?
He's in the dining room, sir. I'll show you in.
He knows me. He knows me.
You sit there. Thank you.
Fred.
Bless my soul, who's this?
It is I, your Uncle Scrooge. I've come to dinner. Will you let me in, Fred?
Why, it's Uncle Scrooge. It can't be. Will I? A Merry Christmas to you, Uncle. Come in. Come in and join us.
Welcome, Uncle. And a Merry Christmas.
Thank you, my dear. A Merry Christmas to you all.
A Merry Christmas.
Bob. It's nearly 9 o'clock. You promised Mr. Scrooge you'll be earlier than usual this morning.
So I did. Thank you. Goodbye, my darling. Goodbye, my darling. What do you mean by coming here at this time of day?
I'm very sorry, sir. I am behind my time.
I think you are, sir. I think you are.
There's only one thing here, sir. It shan't be repeated. I was making rather merry yesterday, sir.
So I tell you what it is, my fine fellow. I'm not going to stand it any longer. And therefore, I'm going to raise your salary.
Sir, you must be joking.
Never more serious in all my life, Bob. I'm going to raise your salary, and as for Tiny Tim, I'll be a second father to you. Oh, God's sake. No more work today, Bob, no work today. Make haste your battery, Bob. They've been wanting it today, Bob. They've been wanting it today. A Merry Christmas, Bob. A Merry Christmas, my good fellow, that I've given you for many a year. Go on now. Go on. Merry Christmas to all the world. Happy New Year to everyone. God bless us all. God bless us everyone.
There you go. That was Scrooge. I hope you all enjoyed the film and the show. I have been your host, Hoff Matthews. My co-producers on this show were Bess Pritchett and Andrei Alupului. Ryan Sarter made a guest appearance as the CEO. And, I think we will be back next year on, let's say, Sunday, January 29th. Mark your calendars. I don't know if we'll do this really as a continuing monthly thing or for how long or whatever, but Sunday, January 29th at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, we will have another show for you in 2023. So I hope you'll all come back for that. If you want to get updates on the show, I don't know what the movie will be yet. If you want to hear about that before all your friends, you can sign up for the email list. Email us at hoffshorrorfest@gmail.com. Follow the show at Hoff's Horrorfest on Instagram. I'm at Hoff Matthews on Twitter, Instagram. We're on Facebook. We're in all those places. Check us out. Thank you all so much for tuning in and watching the show. Really, it always does mean a lot to me to see you guys watching and see everybody in the chat. And, I hope you all had a good year. Some of us maybe didn't have the best year of our lives, but either way, I hope next year is worse, because this is a scary show about horror. No, I'm kidding. I hope next year is better. So, happy holidays, and to all, a good night.